sorry it took so long, but we haven't met with the team about what's coming up, and tomorrow's off, and we're going on an 11-day trip, so we had to give them the itinerary and let them know what's going to be going on a little bit, but that was the cause for the delay. So, all right, anybody got anything? Don't wait that long, guys. I'll be out of here. I'll show you speed and quickness.
Sterling Manley had a heck of a game, played strong second half. Can you just talk about his game and what he's done?
You know, I think that it might be what we have to do all year is to find out who's going to be playing that night. Garrison was in a little more of a funk tonight than he was in the previous time, except he did go to the free throw line and make 2 free throws when it started to get close. But Sterling is long. Around the basket, he does some good things. 17 minutes, and just 16 points and 13 rebounds only in 17 minutes, so that's pretty impressive. And we got to get guys to front the guy in the low post so we don't let him catch it every time. In fact, B. Huff did a better job of fronting the guy in the low post than anybody else did. It's hard not having Cam, not having B. Rob, and then you got Kenny with 4 fouls, Garrison with 4 fouls. At the end of the first half, we had Joel with 2, Garrison with 2, and I didn't want to play them the last 5 minutes, so it was trying to put a mismatch few of lineups out there. But we had 5 guys in double figures, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think it's 9 guys that played double figures minutes, and so it was a good team win over a good team. They've gotten off to a tough start, but they played at Monmouth, at Arkansas, at North Carolina, and I think they've got at Maryland next. But that's a good team. We really wanted to try to focus and do a great job on Zach Thomas. He only got 21, so we really did a great job. And the other guy, Fowler, they're the 2 guys who were players, first team all-conference for them, and they both had 21, so we didn't do a very good job. But we weren't nearly as good defensively as we needed to be, but we made enough plays. They cut it to 1, and I think Steve told me we made a couple of free throws, and then I finally made one decent call and called a set play from the sideline, and Luke made a 3 from the top of the key, and then we were able to get a couple of stops and get it back out there a little bit. But I was very frustrated in the first half. I only looked at the score one time the whole first half. A lot of times I can go and not look at it at all. And I looked up and I can't remember now, it's 15 or 16, and then we miss a box out and give them a basket, and then we miss a pickup assignment and give them a 3, and then all of a sudden it's 15 or 16 down to 10, and that gave them a little more confidence too.
Other than the shooting, what did you think of Joel tonight?
I thought he was really good. I halfway expected that from the shooting, but when he made that first one, I thought maybe that's going to be wrong. He's the one that handed me the ball out there. I told him he's glad it was a handoff, that he didn't shoot it to me. But it would not have been a complete pass if he had thrown it to me as like he's shooting. But tough kid. Played 30 minutes. I'm mad at myself that I played him that much, to be honest with you. But he doesn't have any bad effects from playing. So tomorrow again is off, and then we got some tough things going for the next 10 days.
Roy, with Luke and the ability he's shown to score, maybe not surprised at that, but are you surprised how comfortable he's been in that role?
Yeah, I would say probably a little bit, because you get comfortable with great confidence. And how do you get great confidence? Is because you're accomplishing things, and you get confidence from working hard. So I knew he was going to do that last part. Again, I met with him. I met with every player at the end of each year and talk about their year and what I expected of them. And after his freshman year, he said, "You'll find out I'll work harder than everybody." And he admits that Justin Jackson may have tied him. And so this year I said, "What are you going to tell me now?" And he said, "You'll see it again." But I think he's gained a great deal of confidence from his play last year down the stretch in the tournament. Butler and Kentucky, not just the Kentucky shot, but Butler and Kentucky. And then when you have confidence when you play and you put in the amount of time and effort that he does, I mean, he's in the gym, guys. He's in the gym a lot. I came up here one night, I think it was one Sunday night, just it was raining, and I wanted to get some work in myself. I was going to walk in the concourse for an hour, and he was down there shooting by himself. I got the old toss back out and put it under the basket, so if you make the shot, it bounces back to you more easily. And he was there when I got there, and I walked for an hour and went in the shower, and he was still there when I left. But that kind of work ethic is always going to make you more comfortable too.
Roy, Sterling had the bad injury luck when he was in high school. What was your level of confidence in him being able to contribute immediately and being over those injury problems?
Well, I never saw him when he had the injury problems. I just saw him after it was over with. Saw him in the fall of his senior year. It was a pretty late start in recruiting. Coach Robinson heard about him and went to see him, liked him, I go up to see him, liked him, offered him a scholarship, loved him, and his personality, loved him as a kid. Went to see him play a game, and it's the funniest thing I've ever seen. He came running up to me after the game, after they had been released from the locker room. He was like a little puppy dog, just like, how'd I do? And I said, you got to try to understand, you got to need one thing. And he said, what? And I rubbed my hand across his forehead. He didn't have one bead of sweat on him. I said, you got to learn how to sweat, son. So that's been our motive this fall, is we have helped him learn how to sweat. And we've done a great job of that. And but I think he's playing harder. He's doing things that I think he can do, and we don't talk about that other stuff because I just don't like to talk about it. He's really been good for us.
Did he pass the conditioning running drill finally?
2 of the 3. If he were to get 62 points and 61 rebounds in the game, he still wouldn't start the next game. You can't start if you don't pass all the running tests.
How much more assertive was Theo tonight, especially when Bucknell made us run, we got down to 1?
Well, he's the one I got mad at for not boxing out. So you don't want me to praise a guy, and you also want me to praise the guy that didn't go out and close out on number 4. It's bigger than a house, and you can't guard somebody like that, and he lets him shoot a 3. So I was mad at Theo, a great level of anger. But boy, you look down there, 9 of 10 from the line, and he took the ball to the basket and made some plays. 9 of 10 from the line, 19 points, 6 assists, 2 turnovers, 33 minutes. And, I jumped on him one time because he gave a tired signal on the defensive end of the floor. You should never do that. If you're going to give it tired, give it to me on offense. And so I chewed on him a little bit, but other than that, I thought after that point, other than no denial over there, I thought he was really something, and he made some huge baskets for us.
His 19 points and the 9 free throws are career highs. Take one more for Coach.
Roy, the news
Two
news
more.
of Cameron Johnson's injury, how might that affect, maybe what you even envision how you would be able to play with his
Well, it's been pretty recent, guys, because it was Monday's practice. Yeah, Monday. Steve was even at practice. It was Monday's practice when it happened, and so there hasn't been a lot of time to think and see what's going on. And tonight, like I said, it was just going to see my pants who was going to sub where, because you also with Cam you have B. Rob, and so both of them are out, and so that meant we only had one true 3-man on the team, and that's Theo. So sometimes we had to go with Kenny as a 3, and I think one time we may have even gone with Andrew as a 3. And Andrew gave us some good minutes defensively too. But Cam, 4 to 6 weeks. We hope we'll get him back even quicker, but we're not going to push him. He really sort of wanted to play on Friday night, and it just didn't feel good for me. And then Sunday came to practice and really did a nice job and was fighting through the stiffness in the back and his neck. And then he goes in to lay it up in a fast break play in the scrimmage, and the 7th came out of nowhere and blocked it. It was a big-time block, and Cam came down and his leg got buckled up underneath him. And so it looked ugly, and it was ugly, but 4 to 6 weeks, and I'm getting ready to go see him at the hospital right now.
Adam, last one.
With Cam out, how does it kind of open the door for Kenny Williams to step back in the starting lineup and kind of assert himself again?
Well, I think I started Kenny the first game, didn't I?
He did. Okay.
Yeah, I think
So
he's all right.
maybe how does it allow you to work the rotation a little bit?
That I don't know. I'm just being honest with you, because again, it was less than 48 hours ago when it happened, and today I played Joel with 7th and with Jalik both, and played Joel some at the 2. That was probably the reason he got a few more minutes than I really wanted to get. But you look down there, there's just not that many guys. Okay, thanks guys.
Coach. Players available in the lounge.